There's a saying that nothing is permanent except change. And right now, this could not be more true for Etihad Airways. Since bringing back the A380 and moving to Terminal A, the airline has been working on its all-new success story. A significant growth in passenger numbers allowed for a massive network expansion, which went hand in hand with a growing fleet for the future. Etihad even found a new home for their A380s right across its premium lounges. Yet this story will take you back into the first weeks of the A380's return, when it still departed from Terminal 3. Since then, the airline's ground experience has changed entirely. With a modern Terminal A, new facilities took over and started serving guests in first and business class, setting the airline up for a new chapter in its ever-changing history. So today, let me take you back in time, into the weeks before the airline took over their new home, and enjoy an exclusive look at the residents' ground experience, which just for a brief moment included a stay in the original residence lounge inside Terminal 3, just like the good old days. And that is something that will not come back. For our red-eye flight to London Heathrow, Ashira and I left the Conrad Abu Dhabi early to make the most out of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When we were closing in on Terminal 3, we already knew that this would be the last time we would have the chance to depart from here. We drove past the familiar signage and slowly pulled up to Etihad's premium check-in facility, all the way to the end. One final look at the airline's former home, before its doors would close forever. And with this, I'll welcome you back to the Cinematic Flight Reports. Today, Ashira and I will fly Etihad's A380 to London once again, yet this time we will share the residence suite together. Etihad 11 will leave Abu Dhabi at 2:05 AM and touch down in Heathrow at 6:45, after flying us through the night in around 7.5 hours. Enjoy. Behind this unassuming entrance, just a few steps from security, lay Etihad's first-class lounge, with its iconic bar and excellent restaurant. Yet right within its center, it was hiding a huge room so exclusive that most guests never got to see it, and so private many never even knew it was there to begin with. A facility only available for guests of the residence. Fully equipped with both seating area, private bar and dining table, it was a display of sheer opulence, showcasing a carefully curated art collection and boasting only the finest leather and furnishings. Completed by a personal shower and prayer room, this lounge within a lounge truly offered everything one could ask for. Absolutely unique. It takes a lot of skill to make a windowless huge room like this feel warm and welcoming, yet the beautiful lighting and color palette made it work. This lounge would only host a few daily travelers at the most, and tonight it was our turn. Despite our early arrival, everything was set up for us in no time, and after a personal welcome and brief tour of the lounge, we settled in and had a look at the menu before making our choices for the evening. The first-class lounge was open 24/7 and offered a la carte breakfast and all-day dining. The menu featured a touch of Eastern, Indian and Western cuisine, all prepared in a kitchen right within the lounge, the main reason why the food here had such a stellar reputation. You could choose from Brut and Rosé Champagne, and the bar next door will supply you with your preference of wine, spirits or cocktails. Now the menu itself was exactly the same as in first class next door, but since everything was made fresh, they would not only offer to cook steaks to temperature, but also allow alterations and try to adapt to your wishes as best as possible. Ashira and I made sure we would have extra time to spare before boarding to take full advantage of the experience. First up were the drinks, and while I went for an amaretto sour, Ashira chose a classic mojito. Both were great, and exactly what we expected. Whether you would want to take your dinner inside the suite or out in the restaurant was entirely up to you, yet we chose to sit at our private table and soon headed over as the food started to arrive only minutes later. To start, I went with a classic lentil soup, while Ashira, just like at the evening of the inaugural, chose a tomato soup.
So I'd probably have the Pinot Noir.
The Pinot Noir?
Yeah.
I would go for the Santa Menu.
The Santa Menu.
Every day. Every day of the week. Our lovely hostess not only shared knowledgeable insights on the offered wines, but also guided us through the entire meal with a lot of dedication. And this personal touch quickly broke the ice and made dinner alone in such a big room much less lonely. That's true. As for the food, everything we ordered lived up to the quality of a gastronomic restaurant, which is not an easy thing to do in an airport. Both our steaks were medium rare, and special requests like my side salad or the extra flaky salt were accommodated with ease. Having the option for proper dining before your flight is an essential part of any first-class ground experience, especially when you're boarding a red-eye flight, but this meal definitely came in above par. Together with dessert, we were then offered another special treat, as the silky smooth 1992 Colheita Port made an excellent match with both our food choices. While Ashira had the fruit platter, the kitchen did me another favor and served up the crêpe Suzette from the breakfast menu, which made for a great finish to an excellent meal. I know that it's easy to exaggerate here, but I can honestly say that this was the most personalized and exclusive lunch experience we ever had, and I'm grateful that we had the chance to at least try it out once before it closed, as I'm not sure we will ever see something like this again in commercial aviation. Another essential part of the residence ground experience is the escort through the airport. So once we decided to leave the lounge, we were promptly guided towards our boarding gate and quickly ushered through the final pre-departure checks. Guests of the residence boarded the aircraft first, and it was just a few minutes before we were able to walk up the jet bridge. When we boarded the aircraft, The residence and its bedroom had already been set up for the night. I quickly checked with the crew regarding my cameras and then went on to store our luggage. The residence boasts almost 12 square meters of personal space, and none of it is wasted on overhead bins. Yet 2 guests can still comfortably store their belongings, as the 2 ottomans in the living room double as a storage compartment, and the space under the bed is big enough to house 2 trolleys. With that taken care of, it was time to settle into the suite and let the pre-departure service begin. Right.
Hi, welcome to the residence.
Hi, thank you.
Can I offer you something to drink? Some champagne, fresh juice?
Yes, I'll have a champagne, please.
Champagne?
Yes.
Same. Which
I have
is great.
Stenope champagne, it's okay?
Just on the ground? Or?
So I have Stenope for the Brut and
Right.
de Leroy for the Rosé. They changed it.
Oh, they changed it after a few days already?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's fine, we'll take it.
Sure, I'll
That's
get
cool.
for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Usually the residence holds an upgraded champagne as one of its perks, yet today it seemed to be missing. They were supposed to serve Duval Leroy's 2002 Femme de Champagne, yet instead we were offered the first-class choice of Stenope 2009. Our dedicated FA promptly returned to pour us each a glass.
How did you find the residence the last time?
Magnificent. I think it's arguably the best cabin in the world.
I would agree, but I'm biased. So. I'll come back to you shortly with the menu. I'll let you get settled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should I close the door or leave it?
No, that's fine. Before takeoff, that's not
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hi.
May I offer you our service?
Sure.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Excuse me. How are you today?
Not too bad.
I think the weather, to be honest with you, I just came back from London and it was the weather was amazing.
Yeah.
But actually the pilots, they told us that it's going to be a little bit colder.
Okay.
So it changed completely like right away.
Yeah.
Suddenly. But this is London. You
Yeah,
never know.
you never know.
Exactly. Welcome back again. If you
Thank
need
you.
Thank you
anything,
very
please
much.
let me know.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
you.
My name is Juliana, by the way. I'll be right back
Thank
then.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
May I present the menu and the
Sure.
Wi-Fi card for you?
Thank you very much.
The top one is the cellar with a selection of the wines,
Okay.
and the bottom is the main menu.
Cool.
Amazing.
I'll give you some time to browse, and then I can come and discuss the menu with you. Any questions, recommendations, please ask.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we were all set and turned to our welcome drinks. It's quite impressive how smoothly the crew carried out all service steps on ground and guided us through all the different aspects of the product. We enjoyed our glass of champagne, and soon after the jet bridge already started to retract.
May I present you with the Echo de
Thank you.
Parma and many tickets.
Amazing. Thank you.
And because you've flown together before, you know the suite. But if you have any questions, please ask.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
Last but not least, we were to choose our dinner options for today's journey. As this flight left in the early morning hours, the a la carte options were focused on breakfast. Yet in true first-class fashion, there were also lots of snacks, caviar, and the full lounge and grill section available, allowing you to also have a full dinner service. And other than I was led to believe, the Femme de Champagne was not actually cut from the menu. Instead, there probably just was a loading issue for this flight only. A rosé champagne as well as 8 wines and a wide selection of spirits concluded the offering, and just before we started taxiing, our order was taken, starting with our after-takeoff drinks. I think champagne for me is cool, yeah.
Yeah, for me as well.
The rosé, or you're okay to continue?
I'll continue.
Me too.
Okay, perfect.
But the menu lists the other one, huh? It's just not loaded?
Oh, you mean this? It's the same.
No, it's not.
Oh no, that you mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not loaded.
Okay, so it's just...
Possibly a stock issue, but I can't be sure, so I don't want to tell you
Okay.
something that's not accurate. But
Okay,
normally,
but just to let you, it should be here.
yeah, this is
Okay.
our standard one.
Okay.
Okay.
Since Ashira and I had just had an extensive dinner in the lounge, we did not go for a big meal, and instead ordered some snacks and ice cream to enjoy after takeoff.
Thank you so much. Do you want to order breakfast now, or before you go?
We also pushed back our breakfast order until right before we went to sleep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concluded all pre-departure services, and our aircraft was now bound for Heathrow.
Your life jacket is located under your seat in the residence, business, and economy, or in the side panel of your seat in first.
Don't see that again. We've still got more to do.
We've still got so much more to do.
But the flight leaves tonight. I guess we'll just have to come back. Thank you.
Any cold car Sprite or anything for you?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Once airborne, I got up to change out of my jacket, and Ashira turned towards the TV. Right behind the bedroom door is a small wardrobe where you will find hangers as well as 2 garment bags. While I went into the bathroom to change and freshen up, Ashira browsed the IFE for something for us to watch. Inside the lavatory, you'll find full-size amenities and also enough space to comfortably change in and out of your clothes, as this bathroom has a slightly bigger footprint than the shower suite on the other side of the aisle in first class. With everything stored, it was now time to get comfortable and enjoy a movie night above the clouds. And for that you can slightly change the living room setup. A cool feature of the seats is that you can recline them individually and move the ottoman in at the same time. This makes for a super comfortable lounge position, perfect for entertainment. Out of the hundreds of hours of on-demand video and live TV options, Ashira chose the movie Creed. And once our headphones were plugged in on either side, we were ready to go. The double seat itself is more than 60 inches wide, more than enough to fit 3 adults instead of just the 2 of us. Just as when I flew the Residence the last time during the day, I felt that the screen looked a lot bigger than it should, as it is only 32 inches in diameter. I think the movie crop does help a lot with that. Moments later, our flight attendant stopped by and we were served our champagne order and some small bites to accompany it.
Just clear this. Yes.
Service again was professional and only a minor interruption.
That's beautiful. Thank you. How is everything so far?
Let me introduce you to Champagne, stand up in 2009.
Right.
Yeah. Which movie are you watching?
Creed.
How is it?
You just
You seen a
started.
terror movie? Please enjoy.
We then turned back to our movie, and the dimmed cabin lights together with a comfortable setting made for a wonderfully calm and peaceful atmosphere, so much so that I quickly forgot that we were flying on board an aircraft. A little while later, our snacks arrived. Again, the flight attendants were quick to set up our tables and managed to keep any disturbance to a minimum. Luckily, the Residence has a big tray table on either side, so you can eat both sitting across from each other as well as in front of the TV. My ice cream and fruit platter arrived first, and with that, I ordered a Coke Zero as well as a glass of Tesson cognac, while Ashira picked some lobster rolls as well as some nachos. The menu held even more choices such as a cheese plate or even a full spread of afternoon tea, and we kept it simple. But that flexibility is exactly what makes Etihad's first-class offering so consistently great. Soon after our meal, Ashira felt tired and we prepared for bed. Conveniently, you can simply push your content between the two screens inside the residence so you can seamlessly continue where you left off, which is super smart. Once we informed the crew that we would like to go to bed, they immediately swooped in and just like in a 5-star hotel performed a turn-down service, preparing both our bath and bedroom for the night. Meanwhile, we sat in the living room and made our choices for breakfast.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else I can do for you now?
No, I think
You're good. Okay.
Awaiting us across the narrow doorway was the most exclusive bedroom in commercial aviation. It offered an actual mattress, comfortable linen, and with 120 centimeters at its widest point, a comfortable double bed. Once Ashira was ready, she stepped right in. Although she is quite tiny, it gives you perspective on how much space you actually have, as the bedroom looks a lot smaller at first glance. But the use of space is so brilliant that it somehow carves out the 47.5 inches out of nowhere. And while Ashira could effortlessly pick up her movie, it was my turn to get ready, and so I headed towards the lavatory. The bathroom now had a set of bath towels, shower essentials, a hairdryer, and 2 bathrobes, all showcasing Etihad branding. So I got into the shower and enjoyed my 5 minutes of running hot water. When I finally stepped out, Ashira was already sound asleep. The comfortable bed apparently was just too tempting. Once in, I was shocked at how much space there actually was. I never imagined it to be this good, but it was just so much more. Having a bed of this size and comfort really is a game changer, and this is just something you can't beat with any other product today. No topper in the world will get you this level of comfort, and no other product will allow for this level of privacy. Clearly, it's a 10 out of 10. The light also does eventually switch off once you have found the right button. And as if that wasn't enough, you can even set your own temperature preference, so you are set for the perfect night's sleep in the sky. Unreal. I asked the crew to unapologetically knock on the door and wake us just before descent, and so they did. They did come bearing gifts though, and the coffee and hot chocolate were supposed to make waking up a little easier. I simply love how the golden Bernardo porcelain perfectly matches the cabin's color palette. Such an incredible display of luxury. To top it all off, the crew promptly returned and brought Ashira's breakfast choices on a tray so that she could enjoy a real breakfast in bed at 33,000 feet.
Amazing, thank you.
For that, she had selected the caviar, which especially for the residents comes with an added serving of Balik-style salmon, alongside some toast, as well as a classic side of condiments. However, given the space constraint and the fact that there's only one tray on board, only one guest is able to properly eat in bed at a time, so I took a seat in the living room and enjoyed my breakfast there. Thanks to Etihad's menu flexibility and their lounge and grill section, this breakfast consisted of chicken, potato gratin, white wine and, at last, a glass of orange juice. As we closed into Heathrow, we would soon change back into our clothes and take our seats in the living room.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you managed to get some rest and feel ready for the next part of your journey. We have started our descent into London Heathrow. In preparation for landing, please place your luggage in the overhead storage compartment and any personal items under the seat in front of you.
At last, the flight manager came around to say goodbye.
If there's any feedback you would like to give us, feel free to let us know. Can I also have your YouTube channel or something? I'll pass it around to the crew so that everybody can have a look. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you, and hope you enjoy. Same here.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Another pleasant interaction, just as with the rest of the crew on this day. Etihad's signature chocolates marked the end of today's service, and soon after, as we descended lower and lower, London's famous skyline came into sight. Flying the residents as a couple today definitely was a very special and memorable experience, especially since we were able to fly out of the original residence lounge in Abu Dhabi. There, we enjoyed a flawless pre-departure dinner, which allowed us to spend our time on board as we pleased, and we ended up having a relaxed journey through the night with plenty of time for entertainment and even some proper rest, which on a 7-hour red-eye is not that easy. Yet just as on my previous solo flight in the residence, Etihad's cellar again did not include the highest end wine or spirits, yet I didn't really miss anything, apart of course from the femme de champagne, which definitely should have been available. Bottom line, the €2,300 upcharge from first class on this route will get you an unmatched amount of space, a unique and world-leading onboard bedroom, as well as access to your personal shower spa. Etihad's first apartment already is excellent, yet the residence obviously is on another level. And I'm happy to see that its relaunch has been nothing but a success. For many years to come, it will be the absolute best hard product on the market, flying to more and more destinations. We rolled up to our parking position on time, where a familiar face was waiting to escort Ashira and me off the plane.
He's waiting for you.
Cool.
I think you've met before. Yeah.
Is it Andy?
Yeah, I think so.
It indeed was Andy who welcomed us to London, the same Etihad employee who had taken care of me when I flew the residence from London to Abu Dhabi. He helped us with our bags and guided us until immigration, and then again met us at the luggage belt to help collect our bags. And before we knew it, we were on our way to the city. And despite what we had been told on board, it was a bright and sunny day. The weather actually was great, and the original forecast must have suffered from a change at some point. Change? Of course. What else? Stay safe, stay healthy, take care, and bye-bye.